Hi everyone, welcome to East Dartmoor. Out today enjoying the sun. First time in several weeks that we've had a sunny weekend, so me and Monty have come out today. We're just doing a local walk because we want to get back this afternoon to watch the League Cup final. Oh well, I want to get back for the football. I don't really think Monty cares either way. So we have come up onto East Dartmoor and we're taking a few squares. The first one being N18 Rippon Tor rifle range, and we're just making our way up to that now. Yeah, so let's go and we'll see what that's all about. Bit of a doer-upper. So this is N18 Rippon Tor rifle range. The other side, I believe, is the sort of face of where the targets would have been. And here's some of the machinery that would have been used to move the targets around. It was set up at the beginning of the Second World War, and it was used for around 25 years. The machines here would have raised the targets up over this lip, and I guess down this way is where they would have been firing from. So if we go up here, down in the distance there, before the line of trees, I can see possibly where the firing ramparts would have been. Right, so leaving Rippon Tor rifle range behind us now and heading up onto Rippon Tor. Good boy, come on. Now we tried to straight line it from the firing range up there, up this way to Rippon Tor, but the ground in the middle there, it was pretty impassable at the minute. It was a total bog. Monty had a great time in there, but I didn't really fancy walking through, so we had to take a detour back out around that section, and now we found this track. So yeah, back on course. Like I promised I would. Monty, come. Good boy. Give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. Had this conversation more than 10 times. After 9, I still wish you Okay, so this is M18 Rippon Tor. At the top of the tor is a trig point, and you've got this wall of granite sort of surrounding it. And in the Dartmoor 365 book, it says that at one point the trig point was totally covered by this wall of granite, and that one story is that the chieftain that's buried beneath this mound of stone, his spirit was angered because the bedrock was disturbed, so they could cement the trig point here. So he then rose and built this wall up around the trig point. That's looking over towards Hound Tor, and in front of me there is Saddle Tor, and behind that Hay Tor. Right, just come down out of the wind now, and there's a couple of other things to find up on the top of Rippon Tor. 3 millstones, one of which are some grooves cut into the top of it, and it suggested that a cheese press is what that was used for. So I'm going to try and find that. And the other one is the relief of a cross that's been chiseled into the granite. I have had a quick scout around, but I can't see it at the minute, so I'll have another loop around and try and find that. Okay, so I guess this is possibly what's referred to as the cheese press. You can make out the grooves coming across it that way, and it's circular in shape. So unless anyone tells me different, I'm saying that's the cheese press. Right, we're coming down off the top of Rippon Tor now, and unfortunately I didn't find the cross that's been chiselled into the granite. If any of you know where it is, could you let me know? I'd like to come back and see it. So yeah, either leave it in the comments below, let me know exactly how to find it, or contact me on Facebook or send me a message on Instagram. Yeah, it'd be good to see it, because apparently it's the only example of a cross that's been chiselled into the bedrock. So yeah, it's a bit unique. But anyway, we're coming down off the top of Rippon Tor, moving on towards our next square, which is Hemsworthy Gate. Now this is L17 Hemsworthy Gate. Now at first glance it doesn't look like the most exciting of squares that we visited so far, but apparently there's more here than meets the eye. So just beside the road on the bend is a waymark, and that was here, you know, long before the signpost that's currently there. And then before the cattle grid was put into the road, there used to be a white gate going across the road. During World War II, the gate posts were moved to allow tank transporters to get through. One of the gate posts is still present and is embedded into the wall. You can still see the latch and the hinge. And then if you walk slightly further down away from the cattle grid, you get to Sittleford's Cross. So this is a boundary stone for Dunstan Manor. And now RM, which is carved into the stone, refers to Rawlin Malloch, who was lord of the manor during the 18th century. Right, time to move on now. Moving on to our next square, which is Blackslade Manor. So this is the entrance to the ground of what was the New House Inn. It was a resting place for people that were travelling between Ashburton and Chagford. Both of these places at the time were important centres for the tin and woolen industries. So as you can see, there's not much here anymore, but this is M17 Blackslade Manor. And that's our penultimate square. So we're moving on now onto our final square, which is N17 Buckland Beacon. Now we've just coming up across this track, which is quite muddy, and we're heading up to Buckland Beacon. Those of you that follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you would have seen this week that I had an email through from Macmillan saying that I was in the top 10% fundraisers for the Jurassic Coast Mighty Hike that I'm doing later on in this year. That's down to all of you, so thank you very much, all of you that have sponsored me to date. You've helped me get to, I think it's 75% now of my target. Target's £300. So yeah, thank you to all of you that have donated and helped me to get to that target. So this is N17 Buckland Beacon. Now these are the two tablets of law. These were boulders that were engraved during 1928, commissioned by the Lord of the Manor of Buckland. The stonemason came from Exmouth and it took him about 10 weeks to complete the work. Now these stones are often referred to as the 10 Commandment stones. You tired? So just leaving Buckland Beacon now, and yeah, that's our last square for today. So I think we've done 5, I think, today, which isn't too bad going. I need to sort of shoot off now, get home. Like I said earlier, I want to get back in time for the League Cup final. Now, those of you that don't know what Dartmoor 365 is, firstly, where have you been? And secondly, check out the playlist up here. Have a look at a couple of the videos in there that I've already done. I explain a bit more about Dartmoor 365 and about the series of walks that I'm doing. So yeah, go and have a look at those videos, and then today's walk might make a bit more sense to you. It's just coming in a bit grey now, but that's fine because me and Monty are tired and it's time to get home for the football. Hopefully I'll get out again soon and we'll get a few more squares done. Some of the squares today, they weren't the most interesting or the most exciting ones that we've done, but they're all still valid. They're all still ones that need to be done. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers guys.